Nothing in this world would ever make me do anything to these kids or my wife.
When you walk out of this room, there's nothing I can say to a room full of police officers that's going to convince them that you have nothing to do with this. You know what they think.
I know what all they call it. Yeah.
Here's a guy who didn't call 911, who woke his wife up at a ridiculous hour because he was so guilty about something that he had to get it off his chest and say, I don't love you anymore, I'm leaving you. That didn't go well. Okay, so what happened?
She told me she wanted me to wake her up before I left. That's why I didn't just wake her up, like, just to tell her this. Like, I woke her up. That's what she wanted to do, and we talked. Like, usually at 4 a.m., I wake up, I go down and work out. This day, I wanted to talk to her about this. I love these girls. I love these girls so much. And this picture right here, Celeste and Bella, those are my life. I helped make those kids. There's nothing in my life that means more to me than these kids. Nothing. Kids, that's your life. That's your lifeline. That's everything. Like, you make kids, they come first before anything. Kids, spouse, family. That's what it's always been.
Nothing you've told me tonight makes sense. Nothing you've told me tonight feels like the truth. Can we start over?
Sure.
I think that there's something that happened that got maybe a little bit out of control.
There was no fight. There was nothing physical. I promise you that. So there was nothing physical with this conversation.
What was the last thing you saw about your daughters?
Last thing I saw, like, when I left, like, saw them in the monitor as it was switching back and forth.
What's the last thing you saw with your wife?
She was laying back in bed as I was walking out the door.
When we find the guy who took him, what do you think we should do?
Honestly, like, they're gonna come home safe, correct? When you find the guy.
When we find the guy, they're gonna come home.
Life in prison would be that's what I would think with 2 kids that are involved.
What if you hurt them?
I'm not sure if, like, that penalty is even used. Is it used in Colorado? I'm not even sure what is the death penalty. I mean, like, if these kids are not alive, like, there's nothing you could do to cope with that, to make me cope with that, if those kids are not okay.
Okay. All right.
Or it's a better one, but it's just, I'm sorry to ask you this on the other weekend.
A lot of dads don't get second pairs of clothes. So, Chris, can you just look at me for 1 second? If there is something that happened, it's okay. It really is.
Okay.
It's something that happened with these girls. If there was an accident, there's something you're afraid to tell me, it's okay.
Okay.
If there's something that happened with your wife, it's okay. Okay. You can always tell me. And if you want to talk 15 minutes after you leave, I'll answer the phone. If you want to talk in the middle of the morning, I'll answer the phone. Okay. What I want to happen is, if that's what happened, if there was something that got out of hand, if there's something you know, I want you to go home and I want you to know that I'm the guy you can talk to, okay, who's not going to judge you. I have kids. Sometimes I joke with my wife, I just need 2 weeks alone, you know? Like when you told me about your 4 to 5 weeks alone, I was like, wow, that sounds like a slice of heaven, right? Sometimes it's a bit much. Okay? So let's do this. We're going to take a little break. I'm going to help organize the search of your house tonight. I want to talk to you again tomorrow. Okay? I want you to get a good night's sleep and a good breakfast and a good workout, whatever you got to do, whatever your morning routine is.
My dad flies in the morning about like 8 or 9.
Okay.
So
what time should we plan on doing that?
can I get him back home first and then come here?
Of course.
Okay.
And listen, of course, your time to get settled in. So what time do you fly?
He should be here around 8 or 9.
You're 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's from flying from North Carolina.
Here's what I would love to have happen. He's flying in 8 or 9. You gotta go get him. You gotta get him back. He's gonna want to know everything.
Yeah.
Okay, he's your dad. Okay.
He's called me like 10 times today.
It's gonna take forever. And he's gonna have questions and comments and concerns, okay? I would love for you and me as a team to talk tomorrow, to do a polygraph tomorrow, and move past all of it. Okay? Move past me wondering about Chris. Me about wondering which Chris I'm talking to. I want to move past it. I just want to get it behind us. Okay? And then our talks are going to be a lot more comfortable than they were tonight. So can we say that tomorrow at 11 o'clock?
Sure.
We can do a polygraph?
Sure.
Here. Okay? And there might be little tweaks. It might be at a different office or this. We're not going to try to rock your world too much. We know what you're going through. Okay? I want to get that done. I want to just move past it.
Okay.
Okay? Can we do that?
Yeah.
11 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
No, like, I have your phone number.
Yeah.
So that, like, if his flight does get delayed, I can call you.
Yeah. You have Dave's, right?
Yes. You based that up here?
Yeah.
Okay.
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 You know that's a 24-hour number, okay?
Okay.
Let's make that happen tomorrow. Okay. One of the things that makes us wonder about which Chris you can is when you don't answer the phone. Okay. So if I call you, I get it. You're on the phone. You're with your dad. You're at the drive-through. You know, whatever it is. I get it. Okay. If you go a whole day without calling me back,
Oh, no, that's not gonna happen.
can we promise each other we'll answer the phone?
Yeah, like, I'm not going a day, like, if I'm with my dad or, like, I have other calls coming in, like, I'm getting back to you. There's no, yeah.
Okay. Your dad's coming tomorrow. Were you guys planning on staying here?
Oh, yeah, like, he's gonna stay at my house, like,
Okay.
that was the thing, like, I don't wanna be at that house by myself.
Let's not do that. Call 911.
Everybody's gonna have their own perceptions about what's going on here, but I know my wife. I know that sometimes she doesn't text me back. I know that happens. I've been that. It's happened multiple times throughout many days. If she's busy with work, it doesn't happen. That's why it didn't register for me that day.
We're back to a tale of two Chris's, Chris.
Okay.
There's a Chris who cares.
I care. I promise.
Tell me about the call to your daycare.
See the Primrose? I called them to see if the girls were there. They said they weren't there.
Okay.
I told them since they weren't there, just put them back on the waiting list.
That's not what you told me.
I told them that we were going to sell the house. put on the market or probably won't be in the area anymore.
That's two different things, Chris.
Well, I wanted them to be back on put them on the waiting list since they weren't there.
Why weren't they there?
I don't know.
Where were they going to go?
They went to Snan took them to a friend's house.
Why wouldn't they go to daycare?
I am not sure. Honestly, sir, I am not sure.
It's hard for me as a father to talk to you about this. Not because it's the hardest to talk about. It's because I'm worried about your daughters under your care.
You shouldn't have to worry about them under my care.
I just don't believe some of the things you're telling me. Okay, I just don't. Simply do not believe it.
What makes you think? What have I said that makes you not believe me at all?
This just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't add up. So can we talk about two Chris's? Okay.
Two Chris's.
Tale of two Chris's. Okay. And you need to help me know which Chris I'm looking at today and which Chris you really are. So, Chris number one is right here, right? And fell out of love with his wife. Okay. Started wondering what it might be. He didn't have a wife to take care of and a girl to take care of. Spent some time alone, liked that time alone, came home, may or may not have had a conversation about how to get out of this marriage or how to fix it, but probably how to get out of it. Was looking at a bachelor pad in Brighton and did something terrible to his wife and kids. And that may have been an accident. And I think it was an accident.
That's not the Chris you're looking at right now. No. The Chris you're looking at is the man who loves these kids and loves his wife and will never, ever, ever do anything to harm them. That's the Chris you're looking at right now. The Chris you're looking at right now wants these kids and his wife back at his house right now. That's the Chris you're looking at.
Why didn't you call 911?
I didn't think anything.
I think you knew what was wrong.
I did not know what was wrong, sir. I promise you that.
Okay. So let's have that hard conversation again. Okay.
Form 3, LOV 5 in December.
Okay. You can imagine that every day that goes by,
It's harder to find.
where we don't find your girls, it's going to get harder to find. We're going to have less clues. Things that we need to get and we need to use, the methods that we need to do to find them are going to start getting blown away by weather, getting re-recorded over themselves that the surveillance board is going to tell us. All of that is going to disappear, okay? And that's why we're going to spend so much time today, tomorrow, as in the front as we can, right? You can also imagine that every day that goes by, we're going to be looking for the man who did this, okay? And you can imagine that we're going to include you as that man. So, let's talk about that. I think that you're trying to put on a brave face because you're a man and you're a father and you're a husband. I can tell that there's just something you're not telling me. And I'm not sure what it is. I don't know why that is. I don't know why you're not telling me, but there's